Hey, Trigger here. Today we're going to watch this crazy police chase out of Arkansas. I don't know what it is about Arkansas, but it seems like every police chase I see on YouTube is from Arkansas. Maybe that's because the state is in the middle of the country and there's lots of highways going north, south, east, and west, but you see a lot of drug running and crazy police chases out of Arkansas. Those state police seem like they don't ever get a break there. Um, but anyways, this Joker here in this black Cavalier gets pulled over for following too closely and an expired registration. And the trooper goes up to talk to him. The guy gives him a fake name, of course, and tells the trooper that the car isn't his. He's actually working on it for a lady down the road or something. And he tries 2 or 3 times to get the trooper to just let him take this car back to this lady and go about his day. But of course, it's not going to go that way. If it did, this wouldn't be very interesting. So we're going to pick it up here where his partner shows up and see what happens.
Hang up the phone. You say that I popped up red for something.
Sir, step out of the vehicle.
No.
He gone. That didn't take him long. They probably knew he was going to run.
Oh, 1037.
This guy actually has some pretty impressive driving skills, though. I mean, he can drive this little Cavalier. Now remember, he's driving somebody else's car. It's not his, so he's tearing the hell out of some poor lady's car. Hopefully she has good insurance. So he comes down there and kind of does a loop-de-doop through the ditch there and looked pretty muddy. I'm surprised they all got out of that, especially in cars. But look at him though, he's driving that thing. And I have noticed watching these that the troopers seem to be being a lot more careful at intersections, stoplights, and stop signs. I don't know if that's a policy change that they have to come to a complete stop, or it seems like they didn't used to do that, but it seems like they stop all the time now. Probably have been accidents and things like that, liability. But you can see the guy in this Cavalier, he is gone. I mean, he drove that thing. Which is surprising because that little Cavalier's a 4-cylinder, and I'm assuming these police are driving Hemi Chargers. But he walked off on them. But this guy fleeing does something that I haven't seen as a tactic before. We'll see what he does here in a minute. First I thought he was just a bad driver, but then I saw him continue to do it, and I think it was part of his plan. Threw something out the window there. Could be a reason for him running. Probably drugs. There's no GPS on this trooper's car for speed, but he's probably pushing it 100, 110. I'm surprised that little Cavalier would go that fast. Now there's a trooper up here on the left, and I think maybe he was trying to get spike strips out, but I don't think he had enough time. Or he was possibly just waiting to join in the pursuit. Not sure. You see what he's doing, though? He's driving in that left-hand lane. And, of course, I've seen people do that before to get away from the police. They'll drive in the left-hand lane if there's traffic or whatever. But I think this guy's doing it for a different reason. He's probably one of the most dangerous felons fleeing I've ever seen driving this way. Super dangerous. And I'm actually surprised that they continue to pursue this guy. And they got some good distance there. I don't think that's because the Cavalier is so fast. I think they're trying to not be up his rear end so that he doesn't drive even faster and cause a real accident. Because the closer they get to his ass, the faster he's going to drive. So I think they're just keeping their distance, another tactic to try to get him to calm down, maybe slow down a bit. But they got to stay with him, so they just keep him in visual, basically. And this ain't California. They probably don't have a air unit at the ready like all those highway chases in California. He's up there a ways, though, but they'll catch up to him eventually. Looked like another police vehicle there on the side. You see him swerving into oncoming traffic like that? See how far that Ram had to get over on the shoulder to get out of his way? There he is again in that left-hand lane. At first I thought it was because he was a bad driver, but I think he was doing that so aggressively to try to get the police to terminate the pursuit. That's what I think. I think he just tried to act so crazy just for that reason, to try to get them to not pursue him anymore. That's the only logical reason I can think of. Or he was just trying to kill himself. Now, of course, you see people fleeing, driving the left-hand lane all the time, but this guy actively is swerving at oncoming traffic. Look at this. I mean, you're coming the other direction, and you see that coming at you, you're gonna shit your pants. You don't know what the hell's going on. All you see is this maniac driving 100 miles an hour at you in your lane coming at you. Maybe you see the police lights, so you get over, but man, that's got to be scary. You see he's actively swerving at oncoming traffic. He doesn't need to be in that lane, but he's swerving at them on purpose. I think to try to get the troopers to terminate the pursuit, because there's no other reason for this kind of driving. Super dangerous. And I'm actually surprised that they kept chasing him. They had his fingerprint. They knew who he was. He gave him a fake name, but they identified him by fingerprint. So they know who this guy is. Probably had a warrant or something. So he's known to police. I don't know if I would have kept chasing this guy. Troopers trying to maybe get in position for a pit there, but they're going so fast, I don't really think it's possible. Look at this, swerving at a big old semi. Insane. And again, there's no reason for him to be in the left-hand lane. There is no traffic. Swerving at people moving off to the right-hand side of the road even. Definitely scary. I'm not a cop. I was never a cop. I don't have any knowledge of pursuits and stuff, but this might have been one that the sergeant or lieutenant, whoever's, you know, there's someone in charge of this pursuit, probably by radio. They're telling the command what's going on, and he's deciding whether to let this keep going on. I think I might have canned this one. Look at, he's swerving at someone that's pulled off the shoulder. And this trooper keeps riding the shoulder. I'm not sure why he was doing that. Possibly to let the oncoming traffic see the lights and try to warn them. Or possibly, in case this guy got in a head-on collision, the trooper didn't want to be right behind him. Only two things I could think of. Trying to warn people and trying to, you know, kind of save his own ass in case there was a big wreck. In this one, it was hard to hear the radio, so he's the trooper's bumping into him now. This one was hard to hear the radio traffic, so I couldn't hear if what was going on between dispatch and this officer. There he is with that. Oh, man. Imagine driving towards that and seeing that. That'd be one of those moments your life probably flashes before your eyes. You go home and check the skid marks in your underwear. So he's driving super aggressively. Every time that trooper tries to quarter him, he's swerving at the trooper and everything. He has his flashers on though, so he's getting spiked here. They're spiking him.
Successful spike, back to the side.
So now they've deployed a spike strip and got his tires going flat. At least one of them. They probably continue the pursuit because this road isn't particularly busy. So, aside from the swerving at oncoming traffic, there goes his tire. Totally disintegrated. His passenger front tire is just completely falling apart at this point. So now the trooper pits him. Hubcap goes flying. Trying to lose him off camera here, but he's still going. Amazingly. That little... Man, that says something for that Cavalier. And he's still going. I don't think he's got much time left. This might hold the record for most pits in one video. This is like number 4 here. I think he's done. Well, now we switch to another view just after the lead trooper pitted him. And I gotta hand it to that little Cavalier. That thing took a beating and just kept going. Now I do want to say something. If you're this guy, this fella here parked in the road, and you see something like this going on, you don't know what the hell's about to happen. It would be in your best interest. Probably put the old truck in reverse and get away from the area if you can. There may have been someone behind him, but I think I'd do a U-turn and get the hell out of that area. You see something like this going on, there's a good chance gunshots are about to start going off. So I would get myself out of that particular area. There's the last and final pit. They kind of box him in there so he has nowhere to go. Good move on their part. Busting out his window there. Get him out. They're pissed, understandably so. He put a lot of people in danger.
Get the fuck out! Hands up! Climb, you fucking big ass! I'll fuck you up, bitch! Pass this out, pass this out, pass it! Pass it! Get out, pass this side! Get out!
He really put a lot of people at risk. I don't know what kind of warrant he had or whatever, but
22.
they did a good job getting him stopped pretty quickly. This only lasted maybe 10 minutes. They didn't let him go and go and go. They got him spiked and stopped.
Shut your freaking mouth. Okay, somebody please.
Please shut your mouth. You ever notice that? They run like this, and then as soon as all this is over with, now they can't breathe. Now they got all these problems. You were driving that car like Dale Earnhardt, so I think you're okay.
Yes, sir.
The poor lady's car is destroyed. Hopefully, she had some insurance on that thing. Because you know he didn't. They're getting him searched and everything. Oh, Lord Jesus. I feel like he's not on your side after this situation. Here he comes. Big fella. Oh, my Lord. Anyways, that's where this one ends. He really put a lot of people in danger. I mean, that's the first time I've ever seen someone actively swerving at other people like that on purpose, head on into oncoming traffic. I mean, that was dangerous, but those state police did a good job there in Arkansas and brought that one to an end pretty quick. Anyways, thanks for watching. Check out my next one. Take it easy.